They act like you don't exist until the moment they need your glow to plan their next step. Imagine this. You're moving through life, minding your own path, creating straight from the heart, speaking your truth even if nobody claps. You feel unseen, yet behind dark glass in offices you'll never visit, in closed-door meetings you'll never be invited to, they're watching. Not out of simple curiosity, but as a tactic, because you carry what they lack. Realness. Let that settle in your bones. Most fresh ideas don't start in boardrooms, they begin in quiet rooms, in the minds of outsiders, in late-night sparks nobody applauds. Still, power players track every wave in silence. The elite, the ones who move billions with a single word, scan timelines and chats hunting for the next spark, and many times that spark is you. They won't admit it. They'll study your vibe, copy your pace, lift your vision, dress it in suits, and sell it like they created it. You're not invisible, you're simply uncredited. Chosen one, the whole damn town worked together against little ol' you and still failed miserably. Hold that truth, remember it each time doubt tries to creep in. And yes, thanks for being here. Pay this forward with a quick like and a subscribe so this light reaches more ears. We all carry the job of spreading truth, and you're part of a force stronger than you know. Let's dive back into what they hope stays hidden. The title of this talk isn't just catchy, it's a warning. You have no clue how many high-level eyes are on you. That's not poetry, it's fact. Every post you thought vanished into the void. Every comment you figured nobody read. Every small project, silent act of leadership, or brave take you shared. It traveled farther than you guess. They don't need your permission to gain from your genius. They only need your silence to keep the pipeline flowing. That's why you're never supposed to learn just how many elites are scrolling your feed right now. You were never a follower, never another blank face in the scroll. You were picked, not in some fantasy sense, but in a very real psychological way. Top thinkers spot originality the moment they see it. The universe placed you outside the mold. That shakes them, because you weren't built to blend in. You were built to disrupt, to show what can't be bought or manufactured, raw, unapologetic truth. They watch, not to cheer, but to learn. They can't think like you, only copy. That's why they hang back in the shadows. Their next move starts with you. But this isn't about revenge, it's about recognition. You've misread their silence as indifference for far too long. Silence isn't absence. It can be the loudest form of attention. Whether in tech, fashion, media, or money, the elite don't tip their hand. They never clap. They study, imitate, and tweak their strategy according to your moves. They squeeze value from your creativity while acting like you don't exist. So what happens when the watch turn around and watch back? It isn't paranoia, it's pattern. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Stay sharp, stay grounded, stay real. Your power isn't in applause, it's in the fact that even in silence you shift culture. And they know it. Welcome back to Awareness, Chosen One. Are you ready to peel back layers you never noticed? If this hits deep, drop a 77 in the comments to prove you're awake and looking back. If this message mirrors your experience, support the team behind it. Every kind word, share, or gift fuels the mission. Whether it's a cent or a fortune, it all feeds the light we spread. Let's begin lifting those layers. If you truly are among the chosen, you'll feel the pull to stick around till the last word. So let's jump in. First, they steal your flame and sell it to the world as their own. They keep their mouths shut and their hands wide open, taking everything you are while pretending you never existed. This planet isn't merely ignoring you, it's mirroring you and cashing in on your essence while you sit wondering whether you made any dent at all. Let that sink in. Your silence funds their harvest. Imagine walking through a forest believing you're alone, only to learn every step is tracked, not by animals or strangers, but by people in tailored suits and costly shoes. They're not hunting your weak spots, they're feasting on your brilliance. You believed your path of rejection, isolation, and misunderstood ideas was your burden. No, that was their blueprint. They built boardroom strategies out of the raw way you handle setbacks. They designed campaigns by mirroring your unique voice, your rhythm, Your fire. They launched ideas, raked in millions, and tilted markets. Straight from you. But they'll never clap because that uncovers the truth, and truth terrifies them. You've asked yourself, if I'm really chosen, why does nobody admit it? Why do I feel unseen, overlooked, dismissed? Here's the harsh answer. Open acknowledgement would threaten their illusion of control. They build castles from your bricks but keep you from the gate. If the world ever discovered who really carried the light, their whole structure would crumble. They need you in the dark because once you realize your own power, they lose their grip. So the elite keep their distance. They pretend not to notice. Yet behind closed doors, your name fills rooms you've never entered. Your energy, insight, and pressure handling skills get studied, copied, and sold without credit. Worse still, they can't produce what you produce. They lack that spark, that chaos-shaped clarity, that pain-turned purpose. They can't dial into the real frequency, so they siphon it from you. They understand algorithms, audiences, optics. You move souls, shift atmospheres, make spaces feel something genuine. While you're busy asking, is anyone even listening? They hover, ghost-like, soaking up your words, style, and polished pain. Each time you posted from the heart and got silence, they logged on. Every truth you spoke to a chilled room, they wrote notes. Everything you built from scratch thinking no one cared, they cared. But here's the twist, they can't credit you. Credit would spotlight you, and visibility grants power. So they hide behind a blank stare, hoping you stay quiet too, because the longer you question yourself, the longer they harvest. Today, chosen one, the fog clears. This isn't paranoia, it's precision. You weren't overlooked, you were examined. You weren't dismissed, you were duplicated. You weren't irrelevant, your influence just ran silent. They don't clap because you make them uneasy. You expose what they lack. You challenge the scripted and the shallow. Your unpaid truth hits harder than their most expensive lie. They'll water down your message, polish it, and sell it to the crowds. But it all began with you at 2 a.m., just your soul and a spark. So next time invisibility tries to whisper, ask, am I unseen or am I being kept secret on purpose? That's the game. Make you doubt your strength long enough for them to use it. Now that you see the board, what's your move? Will you shrink because the cheers are quiet? Or stand tall knowing the silent ones are rattling the pillars? Let their silence confirm you. Let their shadows prove your light. Let their theft remind you of your treasure. This isn't a fight for credit, it's a fight for consciousness. Now that you're awake, you hold the upper hand. No more free energy giveaways. No more shrinking because the room can't match your frequency. No more questioning what their obsession has already confirmed. You're not becoming, you are. The original, the blueprint, the live current, so let them keep watching and scribbling notes. When the chosen ones rise, shadows have nowhere to hide. Second, you drop tiny pebbles that set off quakes in glass towers. They once called you irrelevant until your raw truth began shaping the world they claim to run. You can't imagine how far your reach traveled. You've been told you're just noise, yet your whispers send tremors through systems that never expected you. The best part, you're doing it without trying. You became their roadmap simply by breathing honest. That late-night tweet you thought nobody cared about hit a burnt-out executive at 2 a.m. harder than their fifth coffee. That voice memo you almost trashed became the rally cry for a boardroom rebel convincing 10 coworkers to quit playing safe. That post you wrote in your worst week helped someone survive theirs. Picture this. You're at your desk, pouring your soul into words you're sure won't matter. You post, walk away, and forget. Somewhere else, a CEO planning to close shop scrolls past it, stops, and reads again. For the first time in months, they feel something real. They pivot, they rise, they rebuild. Because of you, you'll never hear about it. A pebble never sees the tsunami it starts, but it starts it anyway. Your impact isn't about likes, it's about resonance. Energy that lingers after you log off, that sneaks into rooms you'll never enter. Someone reads your story of surviving failure. That tale circulates through a small startup. The startup changes how it treats its team. That upgrade improves 40 lives. One of those people launches a movement. You never meet them, but you sparked it. You plant seeds in silence, and forests grow where your feet never touched. Here's the irony. The world taught you your voice was too soft, too raw, too different, yet those exact traits guide secret decisions in high offices. You wonder, why don't they tell me? Why no credit? Because naming the source forces them to admit that you, with no wealth, no status, no official power, shifted them. They fear the day you realize that pull, because once you see it, you stop playing small. You've become their silent mentor, their hidden compass, their go-to well of originality, because your truth isn't fabricated, it's lived. Someone screenshots your post, doesn't like or comment, but drops it in a private Slack. That sparks a talk that births a policy change affecting thousands, all because you dared to share raw pain. You flipped their script without knowing there was a script. You're influencing influencers without trying. You're coaching coaches, reminding suited professionals how to be human again. Yet you sit wondering whether your words matter, afraid your truth is too exposed, too tender. But your truth is precisely what's missing from boardrooms and over-polished campaigns around the globe. You're not late or off. You're the pulse they've been engineering in expensive labs. They can replicate your layout, clone your format, but they'll never duplicate your presence. Presence can't be designed, it's earned through struggle, growth, and relentless self-honesty. You may ask, if I'm moving mountains, why do I still feel alone? Because revolutions always start like that. The first wave feels like a ripple, no one registers. The system needs you small so you don't see how huge you are. They dread the second you connect the dots. That being overlooked is strategic silence meant to block your awakening. Think about it. You show up weekly with heart and truth. Someone across the planet builds a coaching model on your mindset. Another person crafts a brand around your tone. Someone else sells products by copying your vulnerability. You are the ignition, they're only distributors. Authenticity ripples in ways formula never can. That's your edge. They're addicted to formulas, you embody frequency. You don't go viral, you go vital. They feed off you, yet refuse to tag or thank you because they need you to doubt. They want you believing your ripples echo in emptiness. Now that you know, what will you do? Mute your magic because applause is faint, or own the fact that you've been leading all along. This isn't about ego, it's about undeniable impact. Keep being you, fully, bluntly, filter-free. Show up even when the room is dead quiet. Silence isn't absence, it's the sound of expert minds recalibrating to your frequency. You didn't even lift a finger, you just existed honestly. That's power beyond their understanding. Chosen one, the whole damn town worked together against little old you and still failed miserably because you carry a power they can't clone, buy, or silence. And that's only the beginning. Dear chosen ones, your love inspires us to create meaningful content just for you. If our efforts have touched your heart, you can show your support by clicking the super thanks button on your YouTube screen. Every bit of your kindness means the world to us and keeps us going. Thank you for being the amazing support system that you are. Now back to the topic. You're not even aware of how many elite people are looking at you. They track every move, though they act like you're nowhere in sight. Number 3, they copy your homework while acting like they're running the lesson. The folks sitting up high aren't original, they're simply masters of quiet theft. You've been told the ones at the top made it there because they're the smartest in the building. Wrong. They climb that ladder by watching the ones who truly think different, people like you. The truth they keep buried is that the elite never stop studying, yet they rarely create. They watch, they lift, they reshape. And whose pages are they studying? Yours. Not that of celebrities, flashy influencers, or so-called gurus. They study the raw ones, the real ones, the misfits who speak with conviction and build without waiting for permission. They study you, chosen one, silently, day in and day out. They read your words as if every line is a control manual, then push them out as marketing play. Picture this. You post what you think is a late-night rant or a simple reflection. Somewhere in a sleek office, a strategy team breaks it down like a war plan. Your pain turns into their brand tone. Your honesty becomes their PR spin. Your idea morphs into their quarterly pitch. They never leave a heart, never drop a comment, but they never miss a single post. You might ask, if they learn from me, why doesn't anyone tell me? Because power holds credit like treasure. They fear that if they reveal you're the source, you'll wake up to the reach you already have, and they will lose control. They're not inspired by you, they rely on you. You have become their hidden university, their model for adaptability, creativity, and grit. You're the case study, the syllabus, the masterclass they'll never admit exists. And here's the hardest fact. You have been teaching giants without a title, without a degree, without even trying. So quit doubting your relevance. The rulers already answered that question by turning your authenticity into their guidebook. Keep in mind, chosen one, they're not watching you for sport, they're watching you to keep their own edge. Let that hit home, then keep creating, because while they imitate, you evolve, and that's the one thing they can never match. The circle you never asked to join, yet they can't stop watching you. They screenshot your soul and pass it around like data while claiming their power never needed you. You're not only being seen, you have been pulled into a secret ring. It's not one you applied for, not one that sends invites, but a circle where the most powerful minds quietly say, "This one we watch." Imagine a top entrepreneur in a glass office above a skyline you've never visited. Their table is stacked with deals and stats, but they pause, not for another slide deck, but for you, your content, your presence, your knack for cutting through the noise with sheer truth. No flash, no filters, just frequency. They don't double tap. They don't comment. They screenshot forward and dissect. Your lines end up in private Slack channels, in pricey mastermind calls, in boardroom decks stripped of your name. They move in suits and high circles, yet they orbit around your sig. It's a network, not a single watcher. Venture investors, consultants, C-suite execs, public figures, sharing your energy like rare currency. Each has clocked you, bookmarked your feed, and makes decisions with your words in the back of their minds. They talk about you without talking to you. This isn't chance, it's pattern. You've become the silent reference inside rooms you don't know exist. You enter their conversations, shape their decisions, redirect their strategies, all without consent, and they still act like you're nameless. Why? Because once the real source is named, the whole game comes into focus. You're not just real, you're dangerously real. The flavor they can't manufacture, the spark they can't train. You stand for what they lost touch with, and that makes you priceless. Here's the twist. Some of those watchers aren't simple spectators. They're hunters searching for someone exactly like you. They hold funds, projects, platforms, mentorships, and they are waiting, watching, choosing when to show up and say, "We've been seeing you." Picture this. Your next post hits the inbox of someone who holds a future you never dared to dream. That one idea you almost skipped sharing becomes their next huge play. You're not waiting for a break. The break is already tracking you. This isn't fantasy, just hidden reality. So ask yourself, will you shrink because they won't clap, or grow louder because their silence confirms your worth? You're already in the club, chosen one. They only hope you never notice. They've been setting the table, they're waiting for you to realize you belong there. By the time they speak your name, the whole room already knows your impact. While you wonder if anything is moving, they've been shifting pieces for you. At this moment, in buildings you haven't entered, in group chats you'll never view, behind people you've never heard of, chances are being shaped with your name etched into them. This is the unspoken law of influence, the point when silent watchers turn into visible allies. You think nobody is noticing. Behind the scenes, someone plans to reach out. Behind that unknown follower is a decision maker. Behind that simple like is a gatekeeper. And they've been waiting for the right cue to bring you in. You're not chasing a breakthrough. The breakthrough circles overhead looking for a landing spot. Imagine a message that feels unreal, an invite to a stage you never pictured, a CEO needing your vision on a global move, a brand ready to pay you not just for what you do, but for who you are. It will feel sudden, yet it's been brewing in silence for months, maybe years. They watched your growth, tracked your values, studied your mind. They're not wowed by loud flashes. They're moved by steady truth, and you donated that truth freely. The shock? The opportunity isn't even about skill sets. It's about your soul print, your integrity, your way of showing up when nobody claps. That is the bridge that drew them. That is why doors are opening. You'll ask, why now? Why me? Because they've seen enough. They watched you ride storms. They saw you stay calm, honest, unshaken. They now trust you're the one who never folds. So no, it's not luck. It's proof. You tuned your own frequency so long that reality had to catch the signal. When the call comes, and it will, don't ask why me, ask what took you so long. Because you, chosen one, were always the one they prepared for, the marketplace you didn't know you dominate. While they chase claps, you cash in on silence, and they haven't even noticed. There's a hidden system under the noise. A silent economy that doesn't pay out likes or follower counts. It doesn't care about viral spikes or shallow clicks. It moves in hush, and you're already valuable inside it. You're not part of the mainstream attention game because you're worth more than attention. You're part of the authenticity economy, where the coin is character, not clout, where value isn't measured by loudness, but by realness. While the masses chase noise, you collect leverage. While they pile up fans, you build legacy. You speak from soul, not for show, and in this silent market, that is rare gold. Your steady honesty has outperformed countless shouting voices. Picture this, an influencer with 500,000 followers posts a polished clip. It earns buzz, applause. 2 weeks later, it's forgotten. Meanwhile, you drop something raw, honest, maybe messy. That post lands on an investor's phone. That investor sends it to 3 companies. It sparks an inner shift, a new path, a cultural turn. You never know what happened. That is the quiet economy. It's never about how many see you, it's about who sees you. And thoughts might whisper, I don't have a big following. Does my voice count? Here's the fact. One power player who truly grasps you is worth more than 10,000 people scrolling by. Depth beats reach. That's why top minds are drawn your way. They're not hunting for gloss, they're hunting for presence, for the ones who show up when the room is empty and refuse to bend for algorithms. Authenticity is the new luxury, and you're already wealthy. You've been stacking invisible capital called trust, originality, courage. In the market that really matters, that's wealth. Stop wondering if you're lagging. You operate on a channel most folks never tune into. That's not isolation, that's advantage. While they fight trends, you spark transformation. And the people who count have been watching, buying in, waiting, because in this hidden market of impact, you are the asset. You've been earning their trust while thinking nobody watched. They don't trust talent, they trust truth. And you've been showing truth without effort. Every moment you stayed real while others performed, you stacked quiet wins. You've been making deposits into an unseen influence account, one that earns compound interest in rooms where your name hasn't even echoed yet. Not the type of influence that peaks for a week, the kind that builds trust where power trades hands in whispers. They're not only watching what you post, they watch who you are when no one's cheering. Imagine someone able to shift your future, observing your life across time. Not just your highlights, but your regular days. They see how you speak when you're tired, how you respond when recognition is missing. They watch your alignment, how your values don't shift even when no one's paying. Each time you pick integrity over popularity, honesty over optics, you rise on their unseen list. You may ask, what exactly are they looking for? They're not hunting polish. Hype means nothing. They scan for patterns. Anyone can fake power once, but you've been powerful in silence. That makes you dangerous in the best way. While others chase attention, you build something greater, trust. And in elite circles, trust rules all. They can buy skill, rent knowledge, but trust cannot be purchased. Trust is earned in whispers and tested in storms. You've done both. You've unknowingly mentored the mighty. Your realness taught them lessons no class can. In return, they mentored you silently, their standards, their scrutiny refining you. Each time you showed up for what felt like no one, you were molded by eyes that recognize excellence. Each time you pushed your craft, though no one clapped, you proved yourself to the ones that count. This silent shaping is the training nobody sees, the coaching without a label, fitting for a soul picked to lead. Now that you know they're watching, you climb higher, not for applause, but because you know you've been schooling them and preparing yourself for something bigger all along. From ghost to force. When the shadows begin saying your name in public, everything changes. They watched you in silence, then one speaks your name and the floodgates open. All that felt slow, quiet, thankless was movement wearing a mask. The stillness you sensed was the storm before the reveal. You're living through the phase where the elite observe in silence. Next comes visibility, velocity, validation. Here's how it plays out. Hard, bright, unstoppable. One person in that hidden web finally steps up. Not luck, not chance. It happens because you crossed the line where your power pattern turned impossible to ignore. You weren't loud, you were steady. You weren't chasing, they were circling. The moment one reaches out, the others rush in. This is the network effect at its rawest. One handshake, then a wave of hands. One message turns to 5. One dream invite unlocks whole worlds you'd never visualized. When one door opens, 10 more unlatch from inside. Imagine this, you accept one collaboration that felt like distant fantasy. The project lands. That team drops your name in 3 separate rooms. The quiet elite, the ones who eyed you for years, realize it's time. If they don't move, someone else will. It isn't a slow drip, it's a domino run. In their space, credit from one insider becomes access for all others, and you now hold that key. Your authenticity goes public, visible, marketable, magnetic. They're no longer sneaking glances, they're aligning. They need your rawness, your voice, your vision in their campaigns, their stages, their strategies. And it isn't random timing. The world is resetting. Cycles shift. Fresh voices are needed, and you fit the moment perfectly. While others forced visibility, you became unavoidable in the dark. Now the light is catching up. Opportunities shape themselves right now. Events you haven't heard of, collabs you never imagined, rooms rearranged to seat someone exactly like you. You're not invited out of pity. You're called with respect, because what you built in private stands as proof, and the only smart move is to place you where you belong. Not at the back, but at the table. So when the flood hits, when momentum roars, don't flinch, don't doubt. You earned this avalanche, one honest post, one steady step, one raw truth at a time. They're not just watching anymore, they're knocking. If you feel this stirring inside you, drop 77 in the comments now. Let every other chosen one know that the shift has begun. Stay tuned, because what comes next will shake you to your core. They are pulled to your realness the way cold metal snaps toward a magnet, and right now they have decided to move in closer. They are not hunting for the loudest sound in the hall. They want the truest signal, the one that cannot be faked, and that signal lives inside you. Chosen one, the marketplace has overdosed on shiny lies, on perfect edits, on plastic smiles. The true decision makers, the people whose choices shift entire industries, do not care about rehearsed noise anymore. They crave something no factory can churn out. They crave you, not the polished mask, not the filtered second-hand copy, but the raw, steady, everyday version you have been living while you thought nobody paid attention. Authenticity is not a brand, it is a beacon. Yours has been beaming far longer than you knew, flashing like a lighthouse while others set off cheap fireworks that burn out in seconds. Here is the sharp truth. While crowds rehearsed their lines and glued glitter to their resumes, you were busy becoming the person those resumes pretend to describe, and you did it quietly, almost by accident. You never begged for a seat, your character built the chair before you arrived. Picture the scene. Hundreds of hopefuls blast emails, polish portfolios, and push daily content, hoping the algorithm throws them a bone. Meanwhile, your phone lights up with a call you never asked for. Someone powerful, someone you have never met but who has watched you for a year or more, finally reaches out. They saw how you carry weight without shouting, how you speak truth without an angle, how every space you touch rises a few degrees in honest energy. You became a human amplifier. Your steady presence lowers noise and lifts clarity. Your name rings with trust, and your arrival gives a room its center of gravity. Now, as seasons flip and cycles reset, the calendar suddenly agrees with your rhythm. This exact hour, when fresh voices are needed and real influence matters, was tailored for someone with your blueprint. You were never sprinting against a clock. Day after day you trained without knowing what stage was being built on the other side of the curtain. You were not chasing spotlight, you were turning into something that spotlights chase. So when invitations land in your inbox, when an opportunity feels too perfect to be chance, remember, it is not luck or magic. It is simply honesty meeting the moment that was saving a place for it. You are not merely in the conversation, you are the shift inside the conversation. And once the right people start stepping toward you, you will not just enter the venue, you will set the tone from the moment you cross the doorway. You have been walking in ancient power, and that is why their eyes keep locking onto you. They have poured fortunes into workshops and masterminds trying to bottle what flows through you naturally, realness that commands without lifting its voice. You might think this whole story is modern, tied to apps, trends, and glossy follower counts, but it stretches far past all that. It is older than fame, older than marketing, older than any structure designed to package influence. You are not watching a glitch of social media, you are acting out a timeless principle that is echoed across every tribe, every empire, every turning of power. Real recognizes real, and living truth attracts leaders the way fresh water draws the thirsty. Imagine a world long before screens, royal courts crowded with advisors, stone halls thick with politics, yet one clear voice, neither the richest nor the loudest, steps from the shadows and bends the ear of the ruler. That voice, simple and honest, reroutes the fate of a kingdom. That is the frequency you broadcast. Tables have always been set for the misunderstood, while spectators stare in confusion, unsure why the quiet one ends up in the seat of influence. You have asked, why now? Why me? Why this sudden attention? The truth is, none of it is sudden. It is older than the buildings where those boardrooms sit. You lined up with an invisible law that says character outweighs credentials. The elite do not only trade in raw power, they trade in recognizable patterns, and the pattern moving through you turns quiet watchers into firm believers. You did not fake your way here. You grew here, through seasons of doubt, through nights when you felt like the last spark left burning, through rejections that tried to smother your fire. While others built profiles, you built presence. While they chased the perfect angle, you chased alignment. You kept trimming everything false until only the core remained. Now you do not pull opportunity by effort, you pull it by gravity. Authenticity is gravity, and you became dense enough in truth that possibilities fall into your orbit. Because you never bent just to fit in, you formed a center that cannot be pushed around. Without realizing, you followed the same wisdom carved into ancient stones. Real influence does not have to shout, it simply walks in, and doors that were closed a moment earlier swing open as if on cue. So when halls open, when voices with reach start shifting toward you, when the flow of influence tilts in your favor like storm clouds breaking, hear this, it is not luck, it is lineage. You tapped something endless, and now that current has carried your name to places your feet have not yet stepped. They cannot help approaching. The pull is built into the law itself. Now that you know the truth, there is no going back to sleep. You were never invisible, you were merely undervalued because the measuring tools were broken. Once the full image appears, it cannot fade, not for them and not for you. Every late-night post that gathered dust in plain sight, every quiet sketch, every thought you released like a whisper, all of it landed exactly where it had to. You were never howling into emptiness, you were confiding in a silent network of discerning minds who recorded each word. The curtain lifts, and the feeling you only sensed on instinct finally stands up in daylight, undeniable. You were never as small as the numbers suggested, never as powerless as the charts tried to prove, never as alone as the empty room implied. The wait, the long stretches of silence, the missing applause, they were not signs of failure. They were evidence of another audience, one that watches without clapping, takes notes without speaking, and moves worlds with one soft decision. For years you have lived in twin realities. The visible layer counts views, likes, shares, and trends. The hidden layer tallies impact, respect, and silent pull. You are starting to glimpse how wide that hidden layer stretches, how many high-level minds kept your name highlighted in a private file. So the real question is not why you missed the signals before. The real question is, now that the lenses are clear, how will you move? Because fresh sight changes the game. This sharper awareness edits your posture, your voice, your decisions. You will not produce work just to chase engagement. You will speak from conviction. You will not muffle your tone or file down your edges. You will strengthen them, understanding it was your reliability, your daily constancy, not quick theatrics, that built this underground empire of trust. Do not confuse this moment with pressure. Recognize it as responsibility. Now that you know decision makers are still observing, strategically, quietly, with growing fascination, what path will you choose? You could twist yourself to charm them, painting every move, curating every sentence. But that is the shortcut to losing the original frequency. The second you perform for eyes instead of truth, the signal that called them in the first place begins to fade. What captured them was not a spotless image. It was the cracks that let real light through, the raw tone, the refusal to bend in a bending world. If you drop that stance now, you will become part of the echo they already mute. Keep it, and you will not remain someone they watch. You will become someone they wager on. This is the next horizon. You have established that you are worth seeing. Now they want to know if you are worth partnering, funding, elevating. Your next steps carry extra weight. In rooms where power travels like a quiet current, one rule still stands taller than the rest. Consistency over time defeats performance under pressure. They are watching to see if you will keep showing up once you know the spotlight is live. They are testing if your words stay sharp when applause starts humming. They want proof that your path remains aligned when opportunity knocks wearing a golden coat. The same hush that once tried your resolve is now measuring your readiness. Consider this the ceremony where you move from anonymous to undeniable, from being the observed to becoming the invited. Yet the ticket is not earned by swinging harder. It is stamped by staying truer. You did not push through cold dawns and empty comment sections just to polish away your soul. You arrived here by standing solid when the room fell silent, by keeping your rhythm when others collapsed into performance. You displayed your core when it felt like nobody cared, and that act wrote your name on unseen walls. Now they know, and now you know. Let this knowledge be fuel, not weight. Let it sharpen your clarity, not soften it. Your greatest force is not the number of people who hear a single broadcast. It is the fact that certain listeners cannot stop replaying your quietest whisper. Realize this: you are no longer potential waiting to be discovered. You are presence backed by evidence. The minds that matter are waiting to witness what kind of legacy you construct from this clear sight. The final test, the split between the chosen and the merely noticed, rests in a simple choice. Will you stay rooted when bright lights warm your face, or will you act for the crowd you already owned in darkness? The answer already sleeps inside you. Live it, walk it, speak it. From this day forward, you do not wander in fog. You move with open eyes. You are more than seen. You are examined, weighed, and placed for a purpose wider than anything you pictured on your vision board. Remain real. Remain steady. What is approaching carries size and depth beyond your current dreams. If this message sparked even a small blaze, keep it burning. Tap like, hit subscribe, drop 77 in the comments to mark that you are wide awake and ready. Share this with one person who forgot their own fire. Thank you for lending your energy to this mission. You are not just part of a trend. You are the force that tilts the future, the living proof that truth still outweighs noise. Keep reminding yourself, chosen one, that the real work has never been about winning a crowd. It has always been about holding a frequency no crowd can distort. When trends shift, you will feel pressure to update your colors, change your tone, trim your edges. Resist that urge. The same unfiltered voice that guided you through quiet years will guide you through louder ones. Every time you are tempted to sanitize your story, remember that the elites watching you can buy any polished tale they want, but they cannot buy a heartbeat that matches theirs. Your heartbeat, steady and honest, is the only signal they trust when fear fogs their forecasts. So keep your pulse loud and your mask off. Let them see the process as clearly as the product. Let them learn that evolution can stay transparent. Let them witness mistakes corrected in real time, visions updated in public. Those moments teach more than perfect slides ever could, and that teaching is exactly why they bookmarked your name in the first place. And if ever doubt whispers, pause and breathe. Hear the echo of all those silent rooms repeating your words. Feel the weight of unseen allies adjusting plans because of something you wrote at midnight. Those echoes are proof they will keep you steady. If today's message resonates with your spirit, write 77 in the comments below and declare your readiness. This is your moment to show your strength, not just to yourself, but to the world. So, my beloved chosen family, your love inspires us to create meaningful content just for you. If our efforts have touched your heart, you can show your support by clicking the Super Thanks button on your YouTube screen. Every bit of your kindness means the world to us and keeps us going. Thank you for being the amazing support system that you are. We're forever grateful for your love and encouragement. Thanks for watching. We will see you in the next video. Until then, take care and goodbye.